Hey guys, so I know I'm wearing these things. I don't, I'm not sure about them yet. Thank you, Jody. Kind of looks like I'm wearing earrings. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. So, anyway, I am going to bring her on.
No. No. Is it me? I can't hear you. Oh, there you are.
All right, I think that I don't know. That's what I get. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So I don't know how these work then, because I turned them on, I paired them, but they didn't work. So
Oh,
I mean, it was funny because I was able to like hear stuff, but I don't know. So maybe I'm gonna have to figure that whole thing out. But either way, thank you for jumping on. And again, I wanted to do another proper interview with you because I really feel that it's so impactful what you're doing for people. And so I don't take up any more time. Um, why don't you just do a nice little introduction of who Tina is and what you focus on in your.
oh. But I think that was my cue to go ahead. So, my name is Tina Brigley, and I am a transformational health and life coach. And sorry, Scott, I'm dying right now because all I hear is crunch, crunch, crunch.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me now? Really?
I can hear you.
So they do work.
No, I can't.
You can't hear me now.
I can hear you. There might
Okay.
be a glitch with them. Are they new?
Yes.
It's like they're cutting in and cutting out.
Hmm. I
Hey,
tried to.
Dan. Hey, Gerda. Thanks for your patience.
I can't turn them off. That's the problem.
Okay. Technology. Hey, Ruth. So I'll just say who I am and what I do, and you can figure out the
There
technology
we go.
stuff.
I got them. Keep going. We're good.
I
I'm
needed
not.
this
I'm not
comic
even gonna.
humor this afternoon.
I'm not even gonna touch them. I'm just gonna leave them right where they are.
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And so a little bit about
Absolutely.
who I am. I am a transformational health and life coach, and my area of specialty is mindset. So shifting our mindset to get results that we want in our life. So right now, I'm still kind of laughing at. It's so it just goes to say how much your mindset influences because there's like I'm laughing because it's funny, but there is actually nothing wrong. And I see that there are other people that are watching that are dying right now too. And
What face? I don't
this,
even. What face was I making? I don't even know.
I don't know. I think it was just the big ears, and then it kind of looked like you had really pretty earrings
Yeah,
dangling,
no,
and
like, yeah, these things that they're huge. Like, and I was asking, like, I mean, they look like earrings. I mean, like, I mean, I'm just gonna have to get used to them, or, um, I'm just gonna, yeah, like, technology fail, or I just have to get, it's something that I have to get better at. So that's what I'm thinking. It's just something I have to improve.
it's all good either way. We're
Oh, of
here,
course,
we're online,
it's all that
um,
matters.
and I don't even have any earbuds, so you can probably hear like a huge echo from me, but it's okay. It's all good.
It is. It's life. So how did you get into, because everyone talks about mindset a lot. That's definitely something that's been on the forefront, personal development. Um, how did you get into it?
So I was actually a teacher for 14 years. And one day I was sitting in my classroom and the students couldn't sit still. The teachers were coming in the door. They were stressed out to the nines. And I had just taken a health coaching course. And in that moment, literally, I thought, there is a bigger problem here. And I feel like I have some tools to be able to solve this problem. So literally, not even 2 weeks later, I applied for a leave of absence. I left teaching to build my health coaching business and to figure out a way to support educators in the school system. So during my year off, I started working with a program for social innovators to create a health initiative to implement in my school board. So I was writing letters to the members of provincial parliament. I wrote a letter to the Minister of Education, and I said I had this program that I think would really make a difference in the school board. And nobody really took it seriously, but it didn't stop me. Now I'm just looking at other avenues to really get my message out there. And it really takes something to be able to leave a six-figure job with a pension and benefits and security to really just contribute to other people. And it does take a mindset shift
Hmm.
away from money and security and pensions to contribution. And so for the last year and a half, I've been building my business, building my tools. I invested over 1,000 hours of personal and professional development and training this year to uncover my blocks that get in my way. And so now I give those tools to other people so that um, my good friend Yolan, we just did a workshop together. She always uses this phrase, when you're stopped, the world is stopped.
Hmm.
So there's so many of us coaches and entrepreneurs that have so much to offer, but we get stopped in trying to get it right, trying to, you know, we get stuck in all of the noise, the chaos, that the click funnels and do this and do that and this person, and it's like, where do we go? What do we do? And it's like, when we just get really present to like, what is our purpose? What is our passion? And we take small action steps, we see really big results, but they don't happen overnight.
Right.
No instant gratification here.
It's funny because I did a Facebook Live earlier, on how your mindset and how your thoughts truly dictate your success or the lack of success that you're having, whether it's personally, professionally, relationship wise, because, I broke it down into three categories: self confidence, self esteem, and self worth. And if you have good self confidence, if you have good self esteem and good self worth, you're going to have great things. But if you have
Mhm.
poor self esteem, poor self confidence, and poor self worth, you're literally creating a roadblock to your own success. And people don't realize the power of their thoughts. I mean, we think about things unconsciously all day long. If when you don't have anything else going on and you're sitting there within yourself, like, you could literally drive yourself crazy with all the thoughts that run through your head.
Mhm.
And I realized that, there is a power to the practice of making sure that you're filling your mind with the right kind of thoughts that are going to propel you forward and move you forward and inspire you to do more each day. But again, just like you said, without the instant gratification, because, life is not the lottery. You're not playing any scratch offs. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And the people that are willing to do more, to get more, to become more, those are the ones that live a very an impactful life. So my question to you is, what do you think the most difficult mindset shift is there for people to make? So what do you think is the number one thing that people have the most challenge, the hardest thing doing as far as when it comes to mindset and shifting something in their life?
Well, not sometimes, we have a disempowering context, right? We have a whole bunch of garbage from the past, experiences, you know, trauma, uh, programming from our parents. We have a lot of stuff from the past that's still present in the future. So
Mm.
we have this disempowering context, right? Where it's like, oh, I've already tried this and it didn't work. I failed. Or I already did this and this happened. So we're always bringing those past experiences into our future. So the point is, like with our health, right? I've already tried this diet. I tried all this. I'm already a failure. It's that context that we're living into, but we're not aware that we're creating this context. So I'm doing a team challenge. It's 28 days. And I start off my first session, my first talk is, what context are you living into? Is it, I'm already a failure, this is too hard, I can't do it, it's too time consuming, I don't have enough time? Because that context is going to determine the actions you take. But the great thing about it is you can shift that context in a moment. You can create a new context. But that's where the shift comes in, right? You have to be willing to say, okay, I see myself as somebody who doesn't have a lot of confidence. Okay, great. You see yourself as somebody who doesn't have a lot of confidence. Are you ready to shift that? Because
Mm.
right now, in this moment, you are somebody that has confidence. Now you're going to start taking actions that a confident person would have. And people say, but I'm not confident. And I say, that's a bullshit story you're telling yourself based on past experiences, things that have happened, and you decided a long time ago that you weren't confident. That's not truly who you are. Who you are is confident. So start living into those shoes, and you'll start taking actions to live into this persona, this confident person that you actually are. It's
So
changing the context.
yeah, it's changing the way that you see things, the way that you feel about things, and the way that you do things. And I spoke
Absolutely.
about it earlier that we would never, we're all kind people, and I don't think anyone would ever intentionally try to hurt someone else with their words. So we would never say anything negatively or offending to our children or our friends or our family, but yet we're so quick to do it to ourselves. I suck. I'm not good enough. I'm never going to achieve anything. I'm terrible. And it's these reinforced statements of negativity that we put out there that create these blockages that people feel like they have no way of getting past. And again, that's a bullshit story in itself.
Yeah.
Everything is figure outable. And your 12 months, like, people don't realize that how much your life can change in a quick moment. And people think about, where is your life going to be a year from now? And some people can't see that far, but people can't imagine their life being that drastically different a year from now. And that is so far from the truth. Your life can drastically change by making small, incremental, new decisions each day that create that compound effect that really bring to you what you're looking to achieve. And again, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, but big things can happen from small decisions. So what do you think
Oh,
was the biggest decision that you made that has created the compound effect for you with what you're doing right now?
if I had to look back literally at the last, I'm gonna say the last year and a half, my life is completely different. And people are like, yeah, right. No, I mean, literally completely different. 8 months ago, I was separated from my husband for 3 years. We're now back together. I've moved back into the house that we built together. So I sold my house, moved back in with my family. My kids, my relationship with my kids, although I always had a great relationship with my kids, the communication that we have is totally different.
Mm,
We're all about sitting down at family dinners, creating agreements. When things aren't working, we don't blame them. We take responsibility and say, okay, listen, this is not working. Where what actions do we have to take to make this family work really well? Um, I was like a really, really heavy drinker a couple years ago, and I barely even touch a drop of alcohol. Like being a teacher and now being a full-time coach, being terrified to step on a stage, like terrified to even do a talk, and then I'm on a TEDx stage. Like those things were just not going to happen.
mm,
And that happened in the last year and a half. And every week, it's funny because I have a marketing team, right? Every week I have new changes. I go change my wording in my emails. I change the wording on my website. And they're like, why do you keep making all of these changes? And I say, because I'm evolving so quickly. The things that I wrote last month, I would not even say today. It's that drastic. And they get annoyed with me. I know they do. But at the same time, it's like when you start doing the work, your life literally shifts before your eyes. And I did not see all of these things as being possible. I didn't see that that I literally can have everything that I want. An amazing relationship, personal development, a great business, speaking events, like my health, everything. But you know what? I was almost stopped because my disempowering story is I can't have it all.
mm.
And so when I had this disempowering story that I can't have it all, guess what? I started sabotaging to prove that I can't have it all. I stopped exercising as regularly. I started eating more junk food. And I'm like, oh man. And then I was beating myself up because I'm like, I'm a health coach. Oops.
You're back.
Oh, we're back. I said, like, I felt like such a failure, a fraud. All of those things that I was feeling was resistance showing up.
Mm.
Resisting the transformation, resist because we're not used to having everything in our life just go well for us. We're used to trauma and conflict and all of that other stuff. So when things actually start going well, when we start doing the work, our brain doesn't know how to process that.
Our brain's like, oh my God, there's something wrong here. Things are going too good. I
Yeah.
need to do something to mess this up.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And I catch myself sabotaging all the time because listen, we're human beings and that's what human beings do.
Hmm.
And like you and I are in the coaching world. And if we were here saying that it doesn't happen to us, we'd be bold-faced lying to people. So like other people that are like, no, I have it all figured out.
It's happening to me. It happened to me today. Today, like, and like, um, energetically, I haven't felt that great today, which is, and my routine's been the same, but I woke up and I had like three people cancel follow-ups that were interested in working with me. I had another three or four people say no because I have very, very high standard and expectations for myself. So I'm a human being too. And, I go through it. I start to question myself. And then all of a sudden I remember it's so crazy what the universe does it just to kind of ground you. Just to ground you just a little bit, to just keep you focused. Um, I remember, LinkedIn Live, one of my good friends on LinkedIn did her first LinkedIn Live, and I sent her, a congratulatory message because it was amazing, and I can't wait for, us to be able to do that too. And I went on to YouTube to search, like, how to get LinkedIn Live. And what came up as I was typing in LinkedIn, it said LinkedIn training with so-and-so, which I knew the person. And I clicked on it. It was a YouTube video, and I fast forwarded it. And the team leader that I worked with at one point, this is like 2.5 years ago, said, yeah, we did a Scott Aaron training. It was okay. Wasn't too personal. It was kind of just whatever. And I'm like, really? And again, that was 2.5 years ago. So obviously, I've grown since. But, I like, and when you're an entrepreneur, you have a lot of one-on-one time with yourself. So it's so easy to start talking to yourself in your head, like, here we go again, it's one of those weeks and it's only Monday. So for people that are not coaches, and you think as coaches we don't go through it, we're working with people too. And we're human beings just like you, which means we have feelings, we have thoughts, we have emotions. But we just understand now, with all of the years of personal development, we know how to not allow our lower vibrational self that once dominated our thoughts to impact our higher vibrational self. And it's just about, again, rewiring and refiring new thoughts and beliefs and standards, and saying, no, it's others people's opinions. They don't have to become who I am. I'm going to keep moving forward. And that's the one thing that people forget. So now,
Can I just add something to that?
please, we got a couple minutes left, so please.
Okay, so when things like that happen to me, the one thing that I always go back to, right, is right back to our initial conversation about the context. If people are showing up for a program and their context is, this is going to be the best information I've ever had, I'm going to get so much value, and I am going to just use all of this information to grow my business and to excel, they will do that. And they're going to see it as the greatest program in the world. But sometimes people don't follow through. And so they look to blame somebody else for their shortcomings. It's your program, it's what you're doing or not doing. And then it lets them off the hook. Yeah, it was okay. It's like that whole saying, like, when you're on the court, when you're in the muds, in the trenches, you're going to get a lot of stones thrown at you from the people that are on the sidelines. The people that are just watching, not fully on the court. Because if they were on the court, they would be up to big things. And so when I'm working with clients, right, I want to make sure that they're on the court in their life. They're taking everything every day, everything that I say to them, and they're running with it. Because I know as soon as that context is there, like, I am all in, they are going to make changes. It's all the context. It's all mindset. Sorry, that
No.
came up as you were sharing that, because it's happened to me too when I ran a workshop. It's like, well, this was really good, and all these improvements that you can make. And I always take that feedback. I love it. It's valuable. And I also realize too that sometimes people resist.
Yeah.
And it shows up in
And
blaming us.
people are always looking. It's just when I was personal training and doing sports nutrition, I couldn't control what people did when they left the gym. Now, I knew when they would come into the gym, they would get a great workout. I would give them all the nutritional guidance in the world, but I couldn't stop them from going to Burger King after they left the gym. That's on them. And then, I haven't lost any weight this week. Well, how has your diet been this week? Well, not that good. Well, who's there to blame? So it's the same thing with any program. We have all the tools. We have
Yeah.
all the tools. We're literally giving you the recipe, but you know, I say this to people all the time. There are millions of ways to succeed and only one way to fail, and that's to quit. And most people, one of my outstanding clients, Cindy, actually admitted to me that she tried to do LinkedIn a couple of years ago, got one no, and quit.
Right.
And then she came back around 3 years later. Now we work together, and she's literally having calls left and right because she's falling in love with the word no. Okay, so listen, I literally could talk to you all day long. I think this is, and we actually are talking many times this week, which I'm excited for. So we have about a minute or two left. How can people find out more about Tina, her coaching, and how can they connect with you?
So if you want, you can go to my website at www.tinabrigley.com, or you can check out my Facebook page, Tina Brigley Coaching. Sorry, my kids just walked in the door.
Never apologize. I totally get it.
Yeah. And yeah, I'd love to share more about what I do. And for people that are up to big things that really want to level up in their life, that is my target audience. That's who I want to work with. People that say, hell yeah, I'm all in.
Love it. Well, again, you know, just grateful for the relationship that you and I are developing over the last few months, and I'm excited to see all of the things that you're going to be doing, and again, I just want to wish you much continued success. And you know, when someone is on to something big when you can feel their energy through a Facebook Live, and that is definitely who you are. So continued success. Looking forward to future conversations this week. And if you are on here and you are ready to up-level yourself, do not hesitate to set up a call with Tina. So Tina, much success to you. Grateful for you. And we will talk very soon.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate you. Have a great day.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
So we got the technology issues figured out. Definitely get in touch with Tina. She's an amazing human being, and I hope you guys found this content helpful. You took a lot from it, and remember, your thoughts and beliefs, obviously you can control all that. You can achieve anything you want in life if you believe in yourself. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.